Come closer and listen to this tale from the ocean of Rumi's wisdom. A merchant, a journey to India, and a parrot longing for freedom. This is no ordinary bird, but the soul itself, caged in flesh. This is not just a story, it's a riddle wrapped in wings. It is a whisper from your soul, trying to remember its home. But beware, by the end, you may find it is your own cage he unlocks. The story about the merchant, to whom his caged parrot gave a message for the parrots of India when he was due to go there for trade. A merchant kept his parrot so confined, inside a cage you'd think he was unkind. But when he planned to make a trip for trade, to India, where the finest goods were made, to all his servants he went down to say, "What shall I buy for you while I'm away?" They listed things on which their hearts were set, and he swore that he never would forget. He asked the parrot, "What would you prefer that I should bring for you from India?" The bird said, "When you see the parrots there, please tell them all about my sad affair. Tell them a parrot pines continually to see you, but she's caged by fate's decree. She sends her greetings, and she asks for justice. She wants to learn the faith you parrots practice. She says, should I stay longing here for you, in exile, and then give my life up too? Should I stay in this cage? Can this be right? While in the woods and meadows you take flight, where now is our famed solidarity. While I'm in jail, the rest of you are free. My noble friends, remember this poor bird, and drink to me tomorrow. Spread the word. If friends remember one, then one is blessed. Majnun's love for his Layla though was best. In fine surroundings you recline and think, while I just have my blood left now to drink. So down a glass for my sake, friends. If you don't want to try to make amends, remembering one who's fallen in the dust, you'll pour the dregs upon the ground, I trust. What happened to the oath that we all swore? Don't promises you make count anymore? Have I deserved my fate for some offense? If you hurt sinners, what's the difference? Good fortune can't match torture that's from you. Your wrath is dearer than my own life too. This is your fire. How great must be your light. The funeral's now, the party starts tonight. Because of sweetness in your wrathfulness, none know the full depth of your tenderness. I moan, but fear that he might answer me by kindly softening his tyranny. I'm smitten by his wrath and kindness too. My love for opposites amazes you. If I escape these thorns now for a rose, a nightingale's lament I will compose. Strange nightingale whose mouth is open wide, to fit both thorns and roses now inside. That's no bird, but a fiery dragon there. Love's made all seem to him so sweet and fair. He loves the whole, which is here and above. He loves himself thus, and seeks his own love. Description of the wings of the birds, of divine intelligences. The parrot's tale now seems appropriate. With bird-like souls find one, who's intimate. One like a weak, obedient bird outside, with Solomon and armies deep inside. When he should wail, without complaint or praise. An uproar sets the seven spheres ablaze. Each breath for him, God's messages appear. He cries, O Lord. God says, I'm always here. Each moment privately to God he's led. 100 crowns God places on his head. His form's from earth. His soul is from no place, beyond the dreams that travelers can chase. not somewhere, which the mind can comprehend, from where a telling clue might once descend. By him the world and no place are controlled, like those four rivers, ruled by heaven's fold. Cut short the explanation, turn around. God knows what's best. Don't make another sound. Let's now resume what started earlier, about the bird, the merchant, and India. The merchant then said yes to her request, to give her message there, at her behest. The merchant sees the parrots of India in the countryside and delivers the message for that parrot. He entered India, traveled deep inside, then saw some parrots in the countryside. He drew his steed back, shouted to the birds. To keep his promise, he passed on her words. One of the birds shook violently, then dropped. She fell just like a corpse. Her breathing stopped. He then repented that he'd brought the news. I've killed this creature. What is left to lose? Was she one of my parrot's relatives? The same soul, which in separate bodies lives? Why did I tell them, when she's out of reach? I've burnt the poor thing's heart with my crude speech. The tongue and stone on iron are the same. What leaps out from your tongue's tip is a flame. Don't strike the stone on iron, for you'll roast, for telling stories, or just for a boast. We're in a field of cotton, in the dark. So don't you carelessly create a spark. In darkness, tyrants choose to shut their eyes, and with their words, allow the flames to rise. A world can be destroyed by what is said, and foxes turn to lions, thus instead. Spirits like Christ's breath give new life to you, first as a wound, then as a plaster too. If spirits were unveiled, it would be known. Their speech is just like the Messiah's own. If you want something sweet to say, hold on. Don't grab them greedily before they're gone. Through self-restraint, the clever men reach higher. Sweets are what simple children all desire. You can ascend to God with self-control. Choose sweets, and you'll sink farther from the goal. The merchant relates to his parrot what he saw of the parrots in India. The merchant, on completing all his trade, returned home. Not prepared to be delayed, he brought a present back for every servant, and to the servant girls souvenirs he gave. The parrot asked, "Where's what I chose instead? Please tell me what you saw and what was said." He said, "No, for all that I now repent. With biting fingernails, my hours are spent. Why did I say it? It was premature. Through ignorance, or is my judgment poor? Master, what's this repentance for?" She said, "What's brought this rage and grief inside your head?" He said, "I passed on your complaint once there, to birds like you, who flew without a care. One of them felt your pain so much," she cried. Her frail heart broke, she shuddered, fell, and died. Why did I say this for my little pet? Ah, now it's done, what use is my regret? Regard the words you utter with your tongue, a dangerous arrow, which you have just flung. An arrow can't be brought back from its course. We have to block the torrent at its source. Floods can submerge the world each time they rise. If they destroy the world, that's no surprise. Actions bring forth effects beyond our goal, unseen effects beyond our own control. The Lord created them, Let this be clear, though they're attributed to us down here. From all the hearts which heard that harmful word, he wipes it out, unseen now and unheard. Dear gentlemen, if you need proof it's true, a verse we cause you to forget should do. They caused you to forget. Don't be upset. Observe their power to make you forget. Then they made you forget. Now they remind. And thus they rule the hearts of all mankind. When you are blinded with forgetfulness, you're impotent. Your skills could not count less. Though you thought them a joke, they have God's might. As far as they made you forget, recite. Its explanation I am forced to hide by barriers put up by those inside. Since all forgetfulness and memory depend on him, he'll answer every plea. Thousands of good and evil things each night he empties from men's hearts and out of sight. By day he pours them in their hearts once more, refilling shells with pearls they used to store. Knowledge of things we used to utilize, God's guidance helps our souls to recognize. Your skills and talents all return to you, to let you keep on doing what you do. Just as they do when from your sleep you wake, back to the rightful owner, no mistake. Returning from that place that can't be seen, where good and evil thoughts had also been. Like carrier pigeons which have been abroad, they bring back to their home a wondrous hoard. The parrot hears about the actions of those other parrots, and then dies in her cage, so the owner laments for her. About the other birds when she was told, his parrot trembled, fell, was knocked out cold. On seeing her fall like the one before, the merchant leapt, his cap fell on the floor. When he saw her look like she'd nearly died, he tore his jacket open, and then cried, "Oh, darling parrot, sweeter than a kiss. What's happened to you? Why are you like this? My sweet-voiced bird, please say it's not the end. Alas, my confidant and closest friend, my parrot had a singing voice so fine, and smelt like basil. She was my soul's wine. If Solomon had had a bird so rare, he'd have forgotten all the rest, I swear. Alas, this bird for whom I didn't pay, which led me then to easily turn away. O tongue, you hurt so many everywhere. Since you keep talking, what can I declare? O tongue, you're like both fire and stacks of hay. How long will you set them alight this way? The soul mourns secretly because of you, although it does the things you tell it to. But you are treasure too, which will endure, as well as pain for which there is no cure. Just like the hunter's whistle you deceive, but then console the trapped birds when they grieve. How long will you keep offering sanctuary, you who, in hatred, draw your bow at me? You've made my bird fly off due to distrust. Stop acting like you're born to be unjust. Please answer me, or let me have redress, or give me reasons to feel happiness. Alas, that light which burnt the dark away. Alas, the dawn that brightened every day. Alas, that bird which flew so beautifully, from one end to the other deep in me. Until the end, heart, sing my lovesick grief. I swear, until in hardship, for relief. I fled from pain through love of your kind face. Then in your stream of scum I felt no trace. I cry, imagining you in the distance, while cut off from my blissful past existence. My parrot was a most perceptive bird, translator of my thoughts that were unheard. my lot and what would be held back as well. Right from the very start she could foretell. That bird's voice came from revelation's source. Her birth before existence took its course. Inside one, this true parrot is concealed. Through her reflection, everything's revealed. She takes away your joy, but you don't care. You even swear her tyranny is fair. Lighting your spirit for your body's sake. You've burnt your spirit, now the rest must bake. I am on fire, get tinder here for free, so you can set your scraps alight through me. For setting things on fire since tinder's fit. Come, take this tinder which is easily lit. It's such a shame that ravishing full moon was clouded over by the fog so soon. How can I speak now that my heart's ablaze? My exile's lion's hungry, in a daze. When sober violent, and when drunk he's mad. Picture him after all the wine he's had. The drunken lion is beyond all words. Too big for pastures, which can hold vast herds. I think of rhymes, but the beloved says, just for my face, reserve your constant gaze. Sit comfortably, my rhyme enthusiast. To me you rhyme with fortune that will last. Words aren't for lovers to reflect upon. What then are words? Around vines, they're a thorn, word, sound, and speech. I strike relentlessly, so I can talk to you without these three. The word I kept from Adam all these years, my secret, I'll now whisper in your ears. What I would not tell Abraham I'll tell, and things that Gabriel doesn't know as well. The words that the Messiah couldn't say, even without Ma, here God won't convey. What's Ma? It can affirm, and it negates. I'm not affirmed, for love annihilates. I found a person in a nobody, an individual and non-entity. The hunter changes to the bird's own prey, to make them his own victim in this way. The lovesick seek their sweethearts with their soul. Their sweethearts are their prey. This is their role. Regard each lover as beloved too, since it depends on just your point of view. For if the thirsty search for water then, that means the water's seeking thirsty men. Since he's in love, keep quiet, there's no harm. And if he grabs your ear, let him, stay calm. No, damn the rising flood, don't let it loose, to shame us all with damaging abuse. If there's destruction now, why should I care? The ruins hide a royal treasure there. Those drowned in God want more. They want it all, just like the tide. Their souls rise up, then fall. The ocean's depths or surface, which is best? An arrow or a shield? Which worthiest? You must have been ripped up by whisperings. Heart, if you can still tell joy and pain apart. The lover's life is found in death. It's known. You'll earn a heart by giving up your own. I sought his heart, but had so many cares. He made excuses, weary of my airs. I claimed, my soul is drowned in you, you know. He said, stop chanting spells at me, just go. I know well what you tried then to insist. When you saw the beloved duelist, you've held him in such low regard, you fool, because you bought him cheaply. Heed the rule. If you've bought cheaply, cheaply you'll resell. A child will swap a pearl for bread. Heed well. Inside the same pure love, I now have drowned, as that which lovers of the past have found. I don't explain it all, but summarize. My tongue would burn itself up otherwise. When I say lip, read, borders by the sea. When I say none, read, but the deity. Because of sweetness I look bitter now. I've talked too much. Now silence is my vow. Resumption of the story of the merchant. It is too long to detail in this text. In that last narrative, what happened next? The parrot's owner pined and burnt with pain, muttering nonsense which now filled his brain. A drowning man believes he's going to die, and grasps at straws that happen to drift by. To see if one might save him from this strife, he flaps his arms to hold on to dear life. The loved one loves to see us scream and weep. To struggle thus is better than to sleep. Persist in struggle till you meet your end. Don't even take the slightest pause, my friend, so that your final breath may be the one which wins the gift of mystic union. Whatever men and women seek to try is noticed by the soul's king's watchful eye. The merchant flings the parrot out of the cage, and the dead bird flies away. He emptied out the cage just like a cup. The parrot fell out, but then flew straight up. The dead bird soared just like the solar ray that rises in the east to start each day. This left him dumbstruck. He could not see how. Amazed, he sensed the parrot's secrets now. He looked up, asked her, "Parrot, won't you wait? Like nightingales explain our present state. Is it that Indian parrot's ways you've learned? To trick and roast me till my heart is burnt?" Yes, through her actions, she showed me how to give up my voice and loyalty to you, since it's my voice for which I've been confined. She acted dead to bring this to my mind, to say, "Sweet singing bird, pretend like me. Just make yourself look dead, and you'll be free. If you're a seed, you're feed for every chick. If you're a bud, you're just what children pick. So hide the seed and be a snare instead. Change buds to roof straw there above your head. Whoever auctions off his own best trait will soon be sent the worst of luck by fate. Evil eyes, rages, jealousies begin to pour on him like water from a skin, and envious enemies tear him in two. Friends steal his life from him. I swear it's true. Those unaware that spring is for rebirth cannot perceive what time is really worth. Take refuge in God's grace, and you will know that He pours kindness down on us below. Why seek another refuge from your plight? For you both fire and water now will fight. Moses and Noah's refuge was the sea, which showed its anger to the enemy, and fire protected Abraham as well. Smoke rose from Nimrod's heart as if from hell. The mountain beckoned John the Baptist near. Its rocks made his pursuers run in fear. It said, "Come and escape now with your life. You're safe in me from every sharpened knife." The parrot says farewell to the merchant and flies away. The parrot gave him words to contemplate, then said, "Farewell, we now must separate." The merchant said, "God be with you each day, now that you've shown me a more worthy way." He said then to himself, "I've understood to take the path of all the wise and good. How can my soul be less than that mere bird's? The soul must follow good ways, heed her words. The harm in being venerated by people and standing out. Your cage-like body is the spirit's thorn, fed by deceit from those you come upon. One says, 'I'll be your confidant, my friend.' Another, I'm your partner till the end. The next, no one can ever take your place, to match your beauty, virtue, and sheer grace. Another says, both worlds belong to you, and all our souls feed off your great soul too. When he sees people drunk with him, he'll lose all self-control. For self-conceit he'll choose, not realizing thousands just like him Satan threw in a stream where they can't swim. The world gives flattery which men desire. Eat less, for it's a morsel full of fire. Its fire's unseen, its taste though you can tell, and then its smoke will rise as if from hell. Don't say, I'll never be so gullible. Through your desire you're always vulnerable. And should one mock you in the public's gaze, your heart will burn with shame for several days. Still its effect will linger inside you. The same applies when you hear praises too, and this effect will slowly take its course, to be your arrogance and error's source. To praises' faults, like sweets, we all stay blind. They're known through bitterness they leave behind, just like a potion or a pill you take. Then suffer irritation for its sake. Eat sweets, then feel their taste soon disappear. Short-term effects can't last. This should be clear. But they still take effect, though far from view. All things through opposites are shown to you. The self becomes like Pharaoh with such praise. Be self-abased. Don't choose that tyrant's ways. So strive to be like slaves and not like kings. Be struck like balls, don't be the bat which swings. Or else, when all your beauty fades from view, your sycophants will then grow tired of you. That group who falsely praised you will be found, calling you devil when you come around. On seeing you arrive, such men will say, a corpse has risen from the grave today. The devil seeks a human he can curse. He doesn't come to you, for you're much worse. While you were human, he would still come up and offer you his evil drinking cup. But now you're like a devil through and through. You good for nothing. Satan flees from you. The ones who used to hold on to your hem flee from what you've become. You're worse than them.